What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Scary Hour. We're back at it again with another video, another episode. And there's a couple things we got to talk about today, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. And one of those things is the developing story of Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, which I actually searched up what the Duke of York means. And it's like a title that they give you when you're very noble. It's like the Nobel Peace Prize, but in title version of it, you know? And I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. I think I've mentioned it before in this podcast a couple episodes ago where Prince Andrew, had an interview about 2 years ago, 2019, regarding, this was after the death of Epstein, regarding the alleged story on, him, doing sexual acts with underage women or girls back in like the early 2000s and late 90s. Based allegedly, he was lying throughout the entire interview. So ain't nothing real noble about that. It's obviously not funny. It's just funny to me because like you're such a higher up trying to get away with shit. It's like, yeah, there's so many cameras, so many faces looking at you, bro. Like, I don't understand how there's people trying to get away with heinous crimes like these. And then the fact that, if it weren't for if it didn't take people running lawsuits on these dudes and these people, these horrible humans, they would get away scot-free, honestly. But because we're in the topic of suing, I have it right here on my notes. A lady called by the name of Giuffre is Giuffre. Giuffre, maybe. She goes by the name of Giuffre. I don't even think I should mention that. But it's all alleged, guys. It's all alleged. Now, the lawsuit is real. She's suing. She's put a lawsuit against Prince Andrew for what she says is him committing sexual acts on her and with her back in the 2000s or early 2000s. She says specifically from 2000 till 2002. She is currently 38 years old, so that would make her around like 16 or like 17 through 19. So if based on what she's claiming, based on her alleges, he must have done something with her when she was like 17 or some shit. So which is illegal under the age of definitely under the age of 18. And from what I've researched, this is the first lawsuit against Prince Andrew towards sexual acts, obviously, sexual assault, not sexual acts, just sexual assault. And hopefully, this probably opens Pandora's box and allows other women to feel comfortable enough to come out. Now, obviously, the mastermind behind all of this was Jeffrey Epstein, who can't speak for himself anymore because he's obviously dead. But she was a Epstein victim. And then eventually, he introduced her, I'm assuming, based on the alleges, and I'm putting, points together, that he probably introduced a couple young ladies to Prince Andrew and friends like that. And it's like, it's just like the insecurity of these grown-ass men to have to like look for younger women who are so vulnerable and so like undeveloped. It's you could just tell that they're just like uh, dying of insecurities. Where they have to like brainwash or like groom these children to make them feel bigger than what they are, to make them feel more than what they are. And you know, honestly, I feel like we should call this man the Duke or the Puke of pork. Real shit. As corny as that sounds, I don't give a fuck though. Pork is nasty. I mean, I personally enjoy pork, but like, you know how a lot of people drive away from eating pork because it's not necessarily healthy for you. And then puke, you know, that shit is nasty. Imagine it coming from a pork. I don't know. I just try to like, I try to make my joke work. But yes, the puke of pork. The puke of pork, Prince Andrew, is getting his name brought up again. Rightfully so. And I feel like if this woman never filed this lawsuit against him, he would have gone away scot-free. Him being, you know, the son of Elizabeth II. And it's crazy to me, like, you're coming from such like successful family. Like your younger brother is like, I think that's his brother. The dude that's married to the black chick. I forgot her name. Or I forgot their name. But yeah, he you know, he found love first. He's like significantly younger than Prince Andrew. So yeah, and then the fact that this guy, I mean, he went through a divorce back in like the 90s, late 90s or something like that from what I read. But still, it's like, dude, like, come on, bro. Like maybe not focus on 18-year-olds. Or not necessarily that's legal, but even that's creepy because you're like 61. You're in your 60s, bro. Like, what the fuck? You're in your 60s and you're looking at people who were born when you were in your 40s, my nigga. Like, you got to be shitting me. Like, what, bro? Not even in your 40s. Like, you were like mid 40s. Like, you a whole like you've experienced life, bro. Like, you're literally going into like old man age. But yeah, even 18 is a weird number, even though it's legal. I always find it funny when guys try to like, or people in general just try to like stay along the borders, like borderline illegal. And then they like try to brag about it. Like this guy on YouTube, what's his name? Drama Alert. The guy from Drama Alert. He's like 40 something and his girlfriend's like 20. It's a little weird, bro. It's like 2 generations away. Or maybe like 1.5 generations away. Like that's pretty out the ballpark, brother. Like it's a little far. Kind of don't have anything in common. The chick kind of knows how to work TikTok a little better than you do. And she's kind of like leaning towards other things. And interested in probably most likely other things that are not interesting to you whatsoever. It's like, how can you, and I have family members of my own that in my own family that have married like or are with a significantly younger people than their age, and they just go strolling around day by day like it's nothing. I mean, I honestly, like, if it's like a 10-year relationship where like y'all motherfuckers, y'all like the dude or the female is like 20 years older, and then like y'all got like 20, like y'all got like 10 years together. It's like eventually, I like fuck it, y'all know each other, but still, like at the beginning, it must have been weird. I don't know. Yeah, the puke of pork. Back to the puke of pork. I was getting a little sidetracked. We shouldn't get sidetracked from pigs like these guys. And anything that I'm saying is alleged. I want to stress that. I want to stress that. Okay, everything is alleged. They're all allegations. But yeah, he denied all of these allegations that were coming out of certain women that were speaking up about his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and other young females back in 2019, making him the puke of pork because he's the dirtiest of the dirtiest. He's like, he belongs in the mud, and there ain't nothing noble about lying. So obviously the title was given because he's the fucking son of Queen Elizabeth. I'm sorry for all my UK people if I'm bashing the shit out of you guys. I'm not from UK and you're right about that. I shouldn't even speak on it, but hey, it's scary hours. So yeah, mate. Yeah, I tried it. I don't know. Yeah, guys, it's sad. He could have gone scot-free. It's the first lawsuit of sexual assault against Prince Andrew again. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is gonna be another Me Too. So if you're a female out there or a guy, whatever these creeps, weirdos were into or are into, definitely come out. I mean, it's like, fuck it. Start the trend. I mean, then again, I feel you on fearing such higher ups and coming out because you could potentially be targeted to get killed or some shit like that. And next thing you know, you go missing, and it's like, bruh. So publish your paper beforehand. Don't be scared to die. Don't be afraid to die because you might. But then again, it's like it's gonna come out and it's like it's gonna get investigated once you go missing. So I mean, it's good. It's for a good cause. We don't want these type of dudes out here in the streets. So especially in that kind of power, with that kind of power. So yeah, definitely try to protect yourself. But on top of that, remember that you can easily die. Especially if you're like a minimum wage person now, or like you're kind of doing good, not too bad, not as bad as minimum wage, but a little higher than that. You're still doing bad. You're still really bad or really far away from the rich motherfuckers. So you could easily get clipped. Just know it's again for a good cause, and you need to if you really care about this matter, then proceed to give us what you need. And if not, then you just blackmail a motherfucker. Hit him up. I don't know how you could maybe get their attention by being like, oh, I'm gonna press a lawsuit on you, and then just being like, yo, I mean, I could just drop that lawsuit and act like I'm lying. If you just swing some bills, you feel me? Like, we could really talk about it. We could really get it. We could work for it. Nah, in all seriousness though, this is dope because more people are gonna come out. And more shit is gonna get revealed. And it's like, I know he's not gonna do another interview like he did 2 years ago, because you can just tell. I urge everyone who's watching this podcast to just go on. If you're already on YouTube, it's just easy. It's a click away. Just search engine that bitch and just search up Prince Andrew 2019 interview. I forgot. I think it was with BBC or whatnot. I don't know who it was with, but the reporter did a very good fucking job asking him the amazing questions she asked him. And you could just see him getting choked up multiple times. It's like about 30 minutes, so beware that you will have to need some time for this. So just a heads up. But definitely educate yourself on it. You're going to see it yourself how the inner guilt, or maybe not guilt, but like the decision that he made right there, or that people make, where they have to choose between fight or flight. And you will see that in this interview. So definitely I urge you guys, please just look it up. Take some time to watch it. It's very interesting. I don't know if it's early in the morning right now, so or at the time this podcast comes out. So as you're getting yourself ready, listen to that shit. I feel like you should watch it though, because the facial expressions kills. It did it for me. It definitely did it for me. But yeah, man. Since we're talking about higher ups, the 9/11 memorial was this week, and it's the 20th year since it happened, and I remember asking my mother where I was at, because I was born in '97. So I bring up my age in some way, shape, or form every fucking podcast. It just so happens that I just have to like remind people that I'm not as old as motherfuckers think I am. Motherfuckers be thinking I'm close to my 30s. I'm still I'm still at the early 20s, y'all. Like, just because I look old doesn't mean I am old. Stop. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, and it was downtown looked beautiful. The way they put up those lights, the night of 9/11, it was like higher than ever this year, for obvious reasons. And it looked really dope. I didn't go down there to see it. I saw it online. Social media is a god for that. But yeah, Rudy Giuliani, he gave a speech on the 9/11 memorial dinner that they had. And he was obviously drunk. I'm going to play here for you guys. And the dude was lit out his motherfucking mind. And it's crazy to me because it's like, bro, you really don't give a fuck. The melting pot, the melting dough. This is literally like Doughboy, but melting. This guy is literally like, I mean, but then again, a part of me is like, I like seeing that side of these higher ups, these people that are supposed to always be like, all like strict and like straightforward with things, and like you're always so in the media. For a motherfucker to let loose like that and get comfortable enough to get drunk in such a scenery, it was hilarious because he started mocking Queen Elizabeth. That's how you know he was lit out his mind. Because if he wasn't that lit, he would be focusing so much on trying not to sweat. His oil tank was gonna fucking disappear at that point, and he would have been focused on exactly what to say and shit like that. So it was pretty dope. I didn't watch it. There was just yet again another clip online that I researched and looked into it. It was hilarious as fuck. I like the rawness of it. Even though I don't fuck with Rudy Giuliani, this night I did. Because instead of him being real serious about the whole shit, obviously the 20th year since 9/11 and etc. And you want to show that you're there for the people who've been impacted in the past by this horrible thing. And instead, he was like, no, let's just, let's relax a little, which is dope. It's a little concerning just because of what we're going through with Afghanistan. But then again, our security is so fucking high. It's ridiculous compared to like 2001 or like the early 2000s or whatnot. But yeah, just felt like you guys should see it. I'm just give you guys a little quick second to watch it. Again, if I haven't put it up.
You did a wonderful job on September 11. And therefore, I'm making you an honorary knight, commander
fucking Giuliani, man,
of the Royal something or other.
Raw as fuck. I fucked with it. But yeah, a couple episodes ago, I was talking about Jeff. No, I wasn't talking about Jeff. Well, yeah, I was talking about Jeff Bezos, but I was talking about an anti-aging study that they were doing and how they could have possibly solved anti-aging or help open the doors to solving the disease that they so-called anti-aging. It's considered a disease, and there were 3 components that were brought up that I can't really think of right now at this very spot up. But yeah, these three components had to do with, you could find the three components you could find in liquor. One of them was in liquor. The other one was in I think it was vegetables or fruits. And yeah, I forgot the other one, the third one. But yeah, I'm gonna try to find it. Probably put it up somewhere here. But Jeff Bezos is investing in an anti-aging startup lab. So that just more so certifies what we were talking about in that podcast, and how important it is to have, like, you know, such higher up like Jeff Bezos invest in such a thing. So then again, you know, he's the richest man in the world. It's like, there's only like this, you could just invest in so many fucking things, and they could all go to shit, and it doesn't matter. But it was interesting interesting news when I seen it pop up, because we had spoken about this a couple episodes back, and it's like, now that he gave over Amazon to some other dude to stress over, we're gonna see his name pop up more often, whether if it's him investing somewhere or him enjoying life. Rightfully so. So yeah, I don't know. It's more so solidifies, you know, what's going on with the studies towards anti-aging, and how these labs are trying to get things done, trying to hurry up and like start these. And there were more people than just Jeff Bezos that were interested in. I've seen other like actors and stuff like that talk about it as well. So it's becoming a thing. Thank God, because like I told you guys before, like I mentioned before, I'm not trying to grow up to like my 80s and be like potentially in my deathbed. So I'm trying to live life a little longer, especially if we're supposed to be working till like 65, or like for like 65 years. You're bugging the fuck out. Definitely. At least like let me yeah. You imagine like we get the shit figured out in like 20 years, and then like they change shit up and they be like, you can't no longer retire when you're in your like late 50s, early 60s. You kind of have to like work into your 80s. And they just increase the shit because they just want us to like fucking work. Yeah, I don't know, man. Speaking of working though, Biden, he was earlier this week, he said that all federal workers must be vaccinated. And we all knew that this was coming. We all knew that eventually it was going to be mandatory. It kind of just sucks to have to deal with such a like rule, just because like we supposed to be living here in America to do whatever the fuck we want to do. You shouldn't be telling me what the fuck to do in terms of like my health. You already feed us bullshit crap. What if we weren't so involved with seeing a McDonald's commercial every fucking commercial break? You know, maybe if healthier food was cheaper, we wouldn't be so impacted. It's these little arguments that I feel like are so fucking valuable, and like are so brought up to light, especially right now, or ever since the pandemic started. Because they, want to blame motherfuckers for not getting vaccinated, but then again, they don't want to take the blame on themselves for not feeding us the right fucking shit, or like making it real difficult for us to feed ourselves and put the right nutrients in our bodies and things that our bodies actually need and want and desire, and get us addicted to these fucking horrible foods that just that we end up craving later on in the day again, and then later on in the week, and make it a habit. And that's why we have the fattest motherfuckers living in America, because, and no offense to people who are overweight, I don't mean to body shame. I'm gonna get in so much fucking trouble in the future. Maybe not now, but in the future for just even saying this. But body shaming is fucked. You shouldn't be body shaming out here. But then again, you shouldn't also be like asking for worship just because you want worship and you want that person to make you feel better about your heavy ass. I just got to put it as raw as possible like that because I feel like I'm putting it to you the way I would want somebody to put it to me. And it's like, obviously, you know, somebody bullying you down and trying to bring you down and telling you, trying to tell you things in order for you to make you feel bad is a different way to it's not a right way to approach the situation. But then again, having that rawness and somebody telling you, bro, you're kind of you won't live long. Then again, you do whatever the fuck you want with your body. But then again, if that's the case, if you do whatever the fuck you want with your body, don't get mad when a motherfucker has to express themselves and wants to express themselves, because again, it's freedom of speech. And just because you feel a way about it doesn't mean you have to sit there and listen to the person. If you feel a way about it, you got to learn how to grow a tough skin, especially in an age, in an era where we're so filled with easy access, like social media and whatnot. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna continue on this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mean to say it's fucking stupid, because it's not. It's just that same way that there is Karens, there are people who blow things up more than they should be blown. There's also things like I am a big, huge advocate on holding your own back, and not to sound like a fucking a right winger here, but I don't, by me saying that, I don't mean pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, I do mean that, but emotionally. I don't mean that in the way the right wingers mean it, however it is that they mean it. I mean that emotionally. You don't try to look for somebody else to back you up. You back yourself up. Only you care about yourself as much as you care about yourself. I don't know if that made any sense, but I'm gonna try to rephrase it. Only you care about yourself as much as you think other people care about you. I haven't slept, guys. I'm a little stupid. Only you care about yourself as much as you care about yourself. That's how I'm gonna leave it at. I don't know how else to reword it. In reality, people, your regular Joe, people who like to think that they care about you, don't really necessarily give a fuck about you. And if they do, they don't give as much of a fuck about you as you do to yourself or for yourself. So yeah, it's like, hold your own back. This government does not give a fuck about you because they're clearly feeding you bullshit. And I'm a proponent of that shit. Not a proponent, wrong wording. I am a victim to that shit myself. I have currently blown up to 30 extra pounds, and and it's all because I've been eating bullshit. I mean, part of that, it's my own choosing. I chose myself to eat that fucking slice of pizza multiple times. I've chosen to get that meal in McDonald's, but it's all because it's constantly showing up on commercial breaks, social media, ads, whatnot, and the easy access to it with Uber Eats, DoorDash, and all these things, I actually deleted those apps from my phone. Aside from the reason being that I actually have my own vehicle now, it's different. But also because of my weight. I am not happy with myself. And a lot of people like this to look at me and be like, well, what are you talking about? You're skinny. It's like, yeah, but, well, how can I tell you this? You may think I'm skinny because I wear a baggy shirt. But I'm pretty sure if I wore a medium, like I used to wear, you'd tell me that I've gained weight if you've known me before the weight gaining. But yeah, I hear it every time. I don't feel a way about it. I embrace it. I sit there and chuck it up. But eventually, I am not happy with it. And it's just a constant reminder. So, yo, my nigga, watch your fucking mouth. Don't eat bullshit. Stop eating so much bullshit. Control your mouth. You're not hungry. You just want to munch on something. And you've gotten yourself accustomed to eating so much that your stomach has enlarged a little more than the way it was before. And now you feel a little more hungry. But in reality, your body does not need that food. And I'm pretty sure my body would probably be a little different if I would actually consume so much healthy shit. But in reality, who knows? You know, who knows? But yeah, I just went off on a tangent about fucking McDonald's and fast food restaurants and the government treating us like shit. But it's the truth, y'all. Like, Biden and his administration is out here fucking and other people too, making motherfuckers believe like you're the bad one for not getting vaccinated or whatnot. And you are the problem. You are part of the problem for not getting vaccinated. It's like I was listening to the Tim Dillon show episode, and he was saying like people. It used to be on to the point where like people used to be like, oh damn, he passed because of COVID. Oh shit, that's so sad to hear. I'm so sorry to hear that. Fuck, this thing is really serious. To now, oh, he passed because of COVID. Well, fuck, how much did he weigh? Well, was he walking around without a mask? Well, was he vaxxed? Well, you know, it's bound to happen if you're... And it's like, bro, I've heard stories of people that have died under the vaccine and people that have died without it. So if that's the case, let me choose. You know, anyway, to get away from that tangent. Yeah, it's Biden telling federal workers that they must be vaccinated for me. Because after them, you know for sure, eventually it'll trickle down to the minimum wage people. And if it doesn't, then it's like we're lucky enough because we're already getting treated like shit already. So it's like they probably just gave us a little fucking freebie. But even then, like these high-ass companies, like these big Fortune 500 companies are probably most likely, most of them, making this their mandate because Biden said it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't fuck with it. It's like at the beginning of the pandemic, the government needed the federal workers, which are considered essential workers, to work. They needed them. Oh, just keep going, just keep grinding. I thank you so much for your efforts. Thank you so much for the heroes, those essential workers that are doing their job in the midst of a pandemic, in the middle of such an outbreak, are heroes. You don't want to get the vaccine? Okay. Well, it's that or lose your job. So people are having to resort to either getting the vaccine or getting vaccinated or leaving their job they potentially worked very hard to get and went to school for many years and got themselves in debt. So like, I'm pretty sure, like, bro, if I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm going in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, then I should have the fucking freedom to like choose whether or not I should get a fucking vaccine. And I'm not against the vaccines. Don't get me wrong. I am not out here saying, oh, you should not get the regular flu shot, because those actually get worked on. Now, the difference with this one, as many of you guys have heard before, that, this one got developed a little quicker than the other ones, or a lot quicker than the other ones did. But the rebuttal to that, before anybody gets on my ass, the rebuttal to that was that this one has been tested way more on way more people than other regular flu vaccines have been. So yes, others have been worked on a little longer or a lot longer than this particular vaccine or these particular vaccines that help with COVID. But then again, it's like these vaccines that have been worked that are supposed to work for COVID have been given and tried on to a huge number of people. Oh, sorry, excuse me. A huge number of people. Significant amount of people compared to like the regular flu shot that you would get before 2020. So that's the rebuttal. You feel me? Don't get on my ass about it. I'm not against vaccines. I'm just against free will and people choosing to do what the fuck they want to do in life and what they want to do with their life. Because we're already getting chained up. We're already, forced to work really hard to just get a good paying job. So, yeah. It just sucks ass. And because since we're on the topic of losing jobs and people resigning and having to resort to other means that drift them away from getting the vaccination, I sound like a southerner there. Getting the vaccination. No offense to my southerners. It was just I mimic everybody. Yeah, there's a hospital in upstate New York by the name of Lewis County General Hospital. They've been forced to pause maternity services. And for those of you who don't know, maternity services are, people giving birth, females, women giving birth. That has been stopped, y'all. Yeah, it's been stopped. It's not funny, obviously, but it's sad because I'm sorry, I'm so focused right now on telling you guys the story, and then my camera's dying. But yeah, it's sad because what the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to restrain myself from fucking my wife if I live in this county? Like, you gotta be shitting me. What the fuck is that? Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just like, hey, babe, I'm sorry, babe. This is like the 5th time this week I've jerked off. I just can't be. I can't. Yeah, it's crazy. And the reason why is because they've, a lot of the nurses and doctors have resigned. They chose to quit over getting the vaccine. So that says a lot. A lot of people feel very strongly about whether or not they should get the vaccine. And I feel like it's the government's job to respect that and leave it up for the people. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I really don't know. This is going to shit. It's getting difficult. We're starting to see the kickbacks of all that free money people was getting, all the freebies, all the easy timing, the layoffs from work that people were getting. We're starting to see what I'm trying to say, because anything that I just said right there didn't make sense. But what I'm trying to essentially say is we're starting to see kickback. We're starting to see the downside of it all, or more of a downside than there already was. But I don't know. I hope some of you guys understand what I'm saying. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. I hope things get better. This is another short episode again, for you guys, but I'm gonna still keep being consistent, guys. whether if it's 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, I'm going to still be every week here with you guys, with whoever's listening. And before we go, I'm going to show you a picture of a rare ass crocodile in India that I never even knew about until this week. So this is the Ghanial crocodile in India. Shit look weird as fuck. This has been another episode of Scary Hour. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys had a great weekend last weekend. And tune in next week. We'll be right back at it. Stronger than ever. Thank you guys. Deuces.